Hey guys, what's up? Power Up Boxing here. Vasyl Lomachenko versus Nicholas Walters. The weigh-in. Just watched it. The fight's coming up tonight. It is almost 5 in the morning here right now. I'm still up, I know. And it's going to be on, I think, HBO at 10:45 or 10:30. That's when it airs on HBO. World Championship Boxing, no pay-per-view, none of that. It's free if you have HBO. But the undercard fights and all that are going to be on streaming on the Top Rank website. So if you want to, and probably going to be on other boxing websites, but pretty much the link will take you probably to Top Rank. You can just go to Top Rank's website and watch the undercard fights. I think they start maybe at around 5, I think. So there's a lot of those fights. So let's get right into it. The weigh-in. How did they look? Both guys look in shape like they always do. They're two top top fighters in their weight classes, around their weight classes. They both just moved up, but they're at the top of their respective weight classes, not skill-wise and just overall. And yeah, so both guys look good. Walters looks more defined. He actually doesn't look that big in the weigh-in. He didn't look that big. For some reason, when I see him in other interviews, he looks bigger, but maybe because the camera's more close up to him. Because in the weigh-in, these guys are small. I know they're dehydrating. I don't know what they walk around at. We'll find out tomorrow, maybe, if it says they're if it has their weight for fight night in. Sometimes they don't weigh in, but so Walters weighs in at 129.5 pounds. Lomachenko weighs actually more than him at 130. Both guys, like I said, I'm surprised by how, like, Walters, like I said, none of these guys are big guys. They weigh 130 pounds. You can tell by their body frame is not that big. So it's going to be very interesting how if Lomachenko gets this win and they actually have serious talks about him facing Pacquiao, because his body frame just, I don't know, maybe he can put on more weight, I guess, but we'll see. Anyway, Lomachenko, he looked more bulky than Walters. His muscles look more bulky, more fuller, but Walters has the really high definition, and his shoulders are very, like I said, Walters has that kind of, he's lanky, but then he looks lanky, but then his shoulders go like this. He's got big shoulders, so the guy's ripped. Not like, he looks like, if you had to have a boxer with, like, if you had to pick the boxers with the lowest body fat count, he would be one of them for sure. He looks just shredded, ripped, no body fat on him. Lomachenko looks ripped, but he looks like he has more body fat on him, even though he has very low body fat too. He looks more bulky though. So both guys look good. Both guys weigh under the 130 limit, or right on. Lomachenko right on 130. So my prediction, I'm going with Lomachenko. I just think he has the skills. He's got, I think, just the footwork, the angles, the awkwardness, and the speed. Just like Manny Pacquiao, kind of. He resembles Manny Pacquiao in some, just the way he moves sometimes. And he's also a southpaw as well. So I'm looking for him to use his angles, his very good footwork, and his speed to win this fight. And obviously his skill level is at the highest when you have two gold medals and you've only lost one time in the amateurs and you avenge that loss. You gotta have some kind of skill to do that. But Walters, on the other hand, has the experience in the professional. He has more than 20 fights in the professional game. Lomachenko only 7 fights. But like I said, he makes up for all that amateur experience, and he had that tough fight with Salido. And he's faced top guys like Gary Russell Jr. and he's faced veterans, Rocky Martinez, world champions like him. So he's got an experience. If you ask me, 2 years ago who I thought would have won. Right after the Donaire win of Walters, I would have definitely would have edged it to Walters. But now I think it's a 50-50 fight. Could go either way, but I'm going to edge it to Lomachenko just for those reasons I mentioned. And if he can stay away from Walter's power, stay away from his power altogether, or if he can take Walter's power when he gets hit, if he can take the punch well and he's got a good chin, then I see Lomachenko winning the fight. And so he's just got to avoid the power punching, and when he does get hit, we're going to see if his chin can hold up, and if he can do those things, he's going to win the fight, I think, decision. But if he is affected by the power of Walters, if he can avoid the punches, and then it's going to be a rough night for him, and we could see Walters getting getting a knockout or possibly decision as well if he can hurt Lomachenko throughout the fight, land his big power shots. So we're going to see how it goes. Don't miss the fight. I'm going with Lomachenko by decision. I think he's going to avoid, he's just too fast, the footwork's too good, and the angles will win the rounds, and he'll win a comfortable decision clearly. But like I said, that's just my prediction. Walters has a strong chance of winning as well. So for those reasons I mentioned, for him, his power, he's got skills as well. But like I said, his footwork just isn't near Lomachenko's foot speed or footwork in general. So, but if he can land his power shots, impose his strength, set up, he has very long arms. So if Walters can set up his power shots with his jab, he's got like a 7.5-inch reach. That's very, very uncommon to see a fighter have almost an 8-inch reach against the opponent in the same weight class. That's very uncommon to see. He has longer reach than Floyd Mayweather does. So that's just in perspective how he's got very long arms. But if he doesn't use them well, it's like that's gonna be a determining factor. If he can't use it, if he doesn't use his reach well, that's not going to be good. He needs to set it up with the jab, stay on the outside. Then when he connects, land the power shots behind the jab. So let me know who you think is going to win the fight. How do you think they looked in the weigh-in? Let me know. Thanks for watching. Power of Boxing, powering down.